Hi, everyone. How are you? This is the Love and Money Show, and today we're going to talk about Mark Cuban's pharmacy business. So, he has created this a while ago, but he is back in the news. And I thought that it was interesting because I'm in the medical field. So, I thought it was interesting that he created a pharmacy business that is online, and it is called costplusdrugs.com. Costplusdrugs.com online. So he focuses on generic drugs. So if you're not interested, say you are still relatively young and you're not on medication, maybe you know someone who is taking care of other people or someone who has a severe illness, they might be interested in this website, costplusdrugs.com. So it's information to pass along to someone else. Costplusdrugs.com. Or if you're ever in a situation where you don't have insurance for the moment, maybe you're unemployed for the moment or something, and you have a high cost medication for a drug. Say, for example, the drug is $400 and you don't have insurance. So you could go to this online uh, pharmacy, costplusdrugs.com, and get it for 10 times lower. So this is Mark Cuban's business, just something to keep in the back of your mind. So, like I said, they focus on generic drugs. And where do they get the drugs from? They get the drug from the manufacturer, the company that actually makes the drugs, Pfizer, for example. So they get the drugs from the drug manufacturer, and then he does a 15% markup, but it ends up being lower than if you were to get it from a CVS or a Walgreens, for example. So it's still coming from the drug manufacturer if you're wondering where the drug is actually coming from. So he has 1.5 million customers already. And so what you do is like how you would normally go to your doctor and get a prescription and then take it to Walgreens. So with this company, you would get the prescription, go to the doctor, get the prescription, and then you would send it over to this online pharmacy. So it's new, and some people don't like change, right? You're not sure if you're going to actually get the medication or if this medication is legit or whatever concerns you might have. But just know that this is available, especially if you know someone who has a serious illness, cancer, for example. So he gives some examples of his prices that he charges. He gives a leukemia drug that would ordinarily cost $2,000 cash. And if you had insurance, it would cost $600. Well, at his pharmacy, it would cost $17.10. He gives another example of a different leukemia drug that would ordinarily cost $9,600 a month if you didn't have insurance. But if you got it through him, it would cost $46 a month. So he gives examples like that. You could check out his website if you're interested. Like I said, it may not pertain to you, but someone else might be interested if they are in a bind for whatever reason, like maybe a short time of unemployment, for example, and you don't have insurance at the moment for whatever reason. So, normally, the process you get the medication from the drug manufacturer, Pfizer, for example, and then the wholesaler is negotiating the price. Then it goes from the wholesaler to the pharmacy, and then from the pharmacy to you. There's also the pharmacy benefit manager that is involved, and that is the insurance company. So there are three main pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs is what they call it. They hold about 80% of the medications. They are Optum. Optum is connected with United Health. You may be more familiar with the word United Health, but that is the same thing as Optum. So there's Optum, there's Express Scripts, and then there's CVS Caremark. Those are the three major PBMs that control 80% of the prices when it comes to medications. Of course, there are other PBMs out there. Med Impact is one example of a PBM. There are others, but I just listed the three major PBMs. So with Mark Cuban's business, There are no PBMs, and he's focusing on generic drugs and people who don't have insurance. So, like I said before, he goes directly to the drug manufacturer, gets the drug, and then marks it up 15%. He adds his fees on there, like a $3 pharmacy fee, and then a shipping fee. So normally the PBM or the pharmacy benefit manager, they negotiate the price with the drug manufacturer. So you have the insurance company, say for example, CVS Caremark. CVS Caremark goes to Pfizer and they get this drug from Pfizer, but they're negotiating this price. And that's the way it normally works. You have your drug manufacturer, you have their health insurance, they're negotiating this price. So that's normally how it works. But Mark Cuban is cutting out the health insurance part, where the Mark Cuban is going to the drug manufacturer, the Pfizer, for example, and negotiating the price. So this is a cash only pharmacy, and you get it for 10 times cheaper. So it'd be interesting for if you're in a bind or you know anyone else who is in a bind. I know some people may not like change. If you're used to going to Walgreens, you can be certain that you're getting your medication like within an hour. But if you're doing it online, then you may not be comfortable with change. But do want to let you know that it is out there, and I find it to be very interesting, especially if you're in a bind and you're looking for a low price, 10 times cheaper, lower prices. So he's targeting people that don't have any insurance. The challenges with this business is that he is working on adding more drugs. Like I said before, currently it is a generic business for generic drugs. So focusing on adding more drugs. He has a lot of different disease states. He has diabetes, he has heart health, he has gastrointestinal and other disease states, to name a few. But the challenges are adding more drugs besides just the generic drugs. He is building a facility in Dallas, Texas, to actually make the drugs. And he plans on having the whole process, instead of going to the drug manufacturer, which goes to the wholesaler, which goes to the pharmacy, which goes to you, and then there's this insurance company involved. Instead of this chain happening, Mark Cuban plans to own this whole process. Um, being the drug manufacturer, being the wholesaler, and being the pharmacy service, and then gets to you for 10 times cheaper. So building a facility in Dallas, Texas to actually make the drugs, and then focusing on expanding to brand name drugs. So currently it is generic drugs. And then there was a bill that President Biden is working on called the Build Back Better plan, where Medicare will be able to negotiate prices. That has not passed as of yet. So we will see what will happen with that. So I just find that to be very interesting that Mark Cuban is building his own pharmacy business. And in addition to all of that, building a facility that actually makes the drugs in Dallas, Texas, he also plans to build his own PBM, his own pharmacy benefit manager. In other words, his own insurance company. So just owning the entire process instead of this chain, owning the entire process. So I find that to be very interesting. Uh, just something to keep in the back of your mind. costplusdrugs.com. You can check it out. And then if you know anyone who has a serious illness that requires very costly drugs, cancer, for example, where your drug is $2,000 and you don't have insurance, then you can check out his site. It is an option. There are $2,000 drugs for $17.10 through Mark Cuban's business. So I just find that interesting if you know anyone who is in a bind right now. So just keep it in the back of your mind. This is the Love and Money Show. If you like this show, please hit the like button. It helps the channel. If you're not a subscriber, please hit subscribe and the notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. Also, leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your nights. Bye for now.